the show called American Gods. He's not American, but he is a Comic-Con god. With us right now is Shadow Moon himself, Mr. Ricky Whittle. Welcome back to Comic-Con.
Thank you for having me. It's always good to be here. I'm going solo. I'm going stag this time. I don't have my God Squad with me, but hopefully we'll see them all next year.
How long have you been practicing or using God Squad?
The fans, it's always the fans. The fans hashtag that they want to know what's our fandom called.
Yeah,
and
so
so
God
you
Squad
know,
is it?
God Squad seems to be the thing. There's a lot of different ones, but I think the God Squad's stuck so far.
You know, Tiffany and I are both big fans of both the show and the book.
Yep.
The way season 1 ended, I was like, I want more right now. And you guys were supposed to have shot at the House on the Rock as well, right? What was it like filming at that location? Obviously, fans know it's a really big location in the show and the books.
I've not been there yet.
Not yet?
I don't get to House on the Rock till season 2. So
okay.
Look at season 2. That's where we're going to start. And then basically, Neil Gaiman wrote it, talked it down in the book, and it was insane in the book. So I'm really looking forward to kind of seeing what it's really like, because if they talked it down in the book and it's like mind-blowing, what is it like in the flesh?
Yeah. Right.
So I don't even want to go.
It's a real place.
It's a real place in Wisconsin. I'm looking forward to getting down there and experiencing it, but I don't want to go too soon. I want to make sure I keep that same feeling of me, so that I can give that to Shadow Moon when he goes in there, and then knock it up a couple of levels, because obviously he's going to be surrounded by gods walking through walls and stuff.
Well, and I have to ask, because like she said, we're huge fans of the book. Is it intimidating for you to really bring this character to life? Because obviously Shadow is such a loved character that bringing him to the screen...
Oh, you guys. Stop.
Clearly, you just to interview you, just give compliments, and you're like, I'm in.
I'm
yeah, that's all I need. No, I mean there's no pressure when Neil Gaiman's on board. You know, it's not like he just handed the property over to Brian Fuller and Michael Green. He's been involved the whole time, and the three of them right now are scheming and working out season 2 and beyond. Because you don't just think short term in American Gods. It's all about the long game. You ladies will definitely know that, having known the book. So, you know, he's always been involved, so there's no pressure with the fans because it's his creation, and if he's happy with it, they have to be happy. You know, they've waited 16 years for this, and we're not doing it, you know, we're not whipping this up quickly. We're taking our time, we're being patient with it, and we're trying to make it as entertaining as possible, but staying true to that book.
Well, a huge revelation for Shadow in the finale, which he played beautifully, by the way, is that he fully believed. You know, he, after this whole arc, comes out and says, I am a believer after everything I've seen. How does that change Shadow? How are you excited to play what belief does to Shadow?
There's a lot of things happen in the finale. So when we meet Shadow, he doesn't know his father. His mum died when he was young. He lost the love of his life in Laura. Finds out that she was also having an affair, which now takes her off that pedestal. That's with his best friend, who also dies. So he's beaten up by a 6'5" leprechaun, goons with no faces, strung up in a tree. He's at the bottom of the bottom, the lowest of the low. So
saved by his zombie wife.
Saved by his zombie wife. So
this is the best season 1 recap ever, by the way.
So basically, that's Shadow's life so far. So I'm looking forward to kind of growing that personality. We needed him as low as possible, as vulnerable as possible, so that he could be manipulated by Mr. Wednesday easy enough. So now we kind of see Shadow grow, and instead of this twig kind of being buffeted along in a stream, let's see Shadow take control of his life as he now starts to believe and understand what's going on around him. He's still going to have questions. He's still not going to understand what's going on, but now he's going to gain a little bit more confidence. Plus, the love of his life is back. You know, what happens when the love of your life comes back? He thought maybe she was a dream, maybe she was a mirage or some craziness. But, you know, her arriving at the end kind of tops off all this fantastical stuff around. So now he knows she's back. That's a great little dynamic going on. But then we also found out that Mr. Wednesday could have been involved in her death. So what's going to happen between those
maybe a little
three?
bit more than could have been, right?
I
didn't want to ruin it for anyone else at home who's not seen it yet. If you haven't, then you've been living under a rock. Get watching American Gods, Stars app. You know you want to.
Good plug.
Well, and just seeing the show, having read the book, and even talking about some of the things that you had to act through in season 1, what was the moment for you where you saw it come together and you were like, this is going to work? Because there's so much surreal, fantastical stuff going on that you don't get to see while you're acting it out.
When they cast me, and then when they cast Ian McShane, and then when they cast Emily and Pablo and Jillian and Peter and Bruce and Yatida. No, it's... For me, it literally was the castings. When you look at the source material, Neil Gaiman, rock star of the book world, just being here with him last year,
Oh my gosh.
we all sat in the panel. Brian Fuller, Michael Green, David Slade, myself, Pablo Yatide, Ian McShane, and then Neil Gaiman walks out to a standing ovation,
gosh.
wall to wall, 5,000 people on their feet. I leaned to Pablo, I was like, dude, we should go. No, really, I don't think they need us. We should just go. They won't even notice.
Well, I mean, having Neil's endorsement, I'm sure.
Exactly.
means so
So,
much.
so knowing that he's involved, and then Michael Green, he's got Blade Runner here at this Comic-Con at the moment. The new Blade Runner. He did my favorite film last year, Logan. He's Orient Express. He's incredible, creative genius, great writer. And then you've got Brian Fuller, this visual creative genius as well. So when you've got those three helming it, you know it's going to be a great product already. And then you start casting all my idols in Ian McShane, Gillian Anderson, Peter Stormare, Orlando Jones. These are Kristen Chenoweth. These are people that I looked up to growing up. So I was just grateful to be a part of this kind of incredible, like the best ensemble I've ever seen on TV. So I was just excited by that. And then once you get to work opposite them, mind is blown.
Well, I have to say, there was the one scene in particular that's my favorite is Wednesday
The sex
revealing.
scene. Was it the sex scene? It was Shadow and Laura.
No, it was actually Wednesday
the bath
revealing
scene.
himself,
Shadow in the bath.
you and Easter interacting, and how cute that interaction was, because it was so sweet and adorable. And I feel like that was not something that we'd seen in Shadow at all on the show up to that point.
It wasn't, and that was a real reaction for just me and Kristen.
She just seems to be light and bubbly.
Whenever she's around, I actually just turn into I just melt into a marshmallow because she's this wonderful human being that is incredible in every way, and I just want to wish her a very happy birthday. It's tomorrow.
Happy early
she's
birthday.
20.
Happy early birthday,
Happy 20th. You can drink next year, so be careful.
That's so exciting.
But yeah, she's a lot of fun.
It was such an amazing finale, American God Season 1. As he said, you can watch it on the Stars app. Ricky, thank you so much for coming by IGN Live
Thank
at
you very
Comic-Con.
much
Always
for
a
having me.
pleasure to have you.